Hello, 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 everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Real News Talk Show. I am your Real News host coming to you today with many topics. My first topic is going to be about prenuptial agreements. My second topic is going to be about women that marry movie stars, movie producers, or millionaires. Um, and also, my topic is going to be about older men with money marrying young women. Okay, now the first topic is about the prenuptial agreement. I'm going to start from that. Uh, some women are going to like me, some men are going to like me, and some are not on this particular topic. And the reason why, because everybody are entitled to their own opinions. You don't have to go by what I say. These are just my personal opinions from what I feel that should happen or should not happen. Um, on a prenuptial agreement, I feel that, say for instance, if you just put yourself in the shoes of the person that wants to get the prenup, just think about it. Just put yourself in the shoes. Okay, you worked 20 or 30 years. You've acquired properties. You've acquired business through your blood, sweat, and tears. Not mine. Your blood, sweat, and tears. Not theirs. Your blood, sweat, and tears. Many people have died and came back alive in their businesses because I recall when I first started my business years ago, I actually died and came back alive because it was just so overwhelming. And business will teach you business as you go. So you learn as you go. And there are many, many times you would have to go to your business, even when you was half sick, half dead, or whatever, to make it possible to make a living and to keep the business going. So again, put yourself in the shoes of someone that died and came back alive to acquire the things that they have acquired. So my thing is that if a person comes into a relationship and the person that has acquired all of these things, the person that has done all of the things that I'm telling you about, the person that have already died and came back alive in their business, and they meet someone that they love. Okay, like Tina Turner say, what's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? Because sometimes love can blind you. Okay, so if that person have acquired all of this stuff that they have died and came back alive for, and then they meet a person and they fall in love with that person, whether it's me, you, or anyone else, and they really care about them and they want to get married, and both of them are on the same agreement about getting married, having a family, starting a family. And so this man pops the question to the woman. I'm speaking on the man's part of you right now, his side. And and she says, oh, yes, I want to marry you. Well, who wouldn't want to marry somebody that's a multimillionaire or a billionaire? Who wouldn't? And especially if they've been dating and they really care about the person. Oftentimes, I know, you know, and many other people know that sometimes people don't even care about them and they want to marry them. Just the fact that they are an established businessman, millionaire, so forth and so on. Now, listen, you guys, this is just a real news talk show, so don't take it personal. I'm just telling you real news talk coming from me, my own personal feelings about this. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And if anybody thumbs down me, I'm just being real. That's why I named my show the Real News Talk Show, because this is really what's going on today. Okay, so the man, he wants to get married, and the lady says, sure. So she's all excited. He goes out and he buys her the biggest diamond ring, say a 10-carat diamond ring. Okay, and that's a lot of money right there, even just an engagement ring. So then, after he buys her the diamond ring and they set their wedding date, okay, in between the time, oftentimes billionaires have attorneys, and they would tell them, our business people have attorneys that they talk to, and the attorneys would say, well, look, you built up all of this yourself. Because, sex makes a lot of men weak. I mean, men don't get mad at me, but, you know, that's what I heard from older guys. And so the woman, overrides his mind with the sex. And then he gets kind of blindfolded about not even thinking about a prenup at all. And the attorney puts the bug in his ear. Look, you have worked hard for this. You have your family, you have your friends. Now, you should do a prenup because of the fact this was yours before you met her. And that you have family, and possibly some of the men may have other children. So they have to think about that as well. So then the man goes back to the woman and he says, yes, baby, I want to marry you, but guess what? We got to do a prenup. Boy, the shit hits the fan. The shit hits the fan, you guys. And you know what? I don't think it should hit the fan, especially if that man has acquired all that himself. Okay, I don't think it should. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if she was a smart woman, all along the way that she's dating this rich man, she should have enough already that she shouldn't give a damn about a prenup, really. Because if a man is taking care of her all the way and she didn't even bring anything to the table, then she should just say, okay. I mean, don't get angry at me. That's just my point of view, because put it in your shoes if it was you. This man worked for this. This man is dining and wining and giving you everything from minks, furs, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Perkins purse, and even a Benz, brought your Benz or Bentley, this, that, or the other. Let's not be greedy. If that man asks you for a prenup and you get upset, right off the top, in his mind, he's going to say, well, she must want me for my money. And the reason why he's going to think like that, because he's already given you everything as you were dating. And then another thing, a prenup means what they had before. And if a woman is smart, she could still stay with the man and they can acquire things later. If he's a millionaire, billionaire, she can say, well, look, I want this, I want a spa, I want this, I want that, I want a boutique shop, I want to create my own fashions, my own sunglasses, my own this, that, and the other, my own wig shop, and acquire some money on her own to bring some money to the table. And then after that the woman builds up, then that becomes his and hers because of the fact that he set her up in that, and now they're married. And I know that that's the way it should go. However, many of the celebrities, they get weak and they forget about the prenup, and some don't. Now, when that woman asked this man, well, why do you want a prenup? I thought we were together on this. Well, first thing he's going to say, how can we be together if you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to pitch it out of? How are we on the same page? And you're not even on the first page because you don't have no money. You don't have no car. You don't have no education. You don't have anything to bring to the table, but because I love you, I still want to marry you. And when we get married, all those things I've already given you millions of dollars worth of stuff. When we get together, we're going to have more. And maybe you can grow to build your own self-esteem and acquire your own, and we can take off from there. You guys, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I really don't. But now I'm going to jump over to a woman that have. That goes both ways. That was my point of view about a man asking a woman for a prenuptial agreement and she gets angry at him, which would kind of turn him off, because then he feels like his antennas go up, because he feels like it's not for love, it's for money, because of the fact of all the things he's already given her. And she's being greedy and wanting what he's already died and came back alive for when she was nowhere in the picture. 20, 30 years worth of hard work. Okay? And she hasn't done anything to earn anything out of it other than what he has given her. Yeah, I could see if she's worked 20 years or so into a business with him, and then, you know, that would be no more than what's right to say, no, I'm not going to do a prenup if you were not married to a man and you put 20 years into his business. Hell no, I wouldn't do a prenup. But other than that, if you don't have a pot to piss in and want to pitch out other women, do the prenup, deal with him, and move on along happy. Have your family, have your kids, and move along. Now, if a woman, same thing, if a woman meet a man, because many women out here, they really are always having a problem. Oh, I can't find the right man. Oh, I met him, it didn't work. Oh, this, that, and the other, da, 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 da. And I have everything. I have everything. And he does not have anything. Say, for instance, a woman that may have everything. I know many of them do. But when they meet a man, they feel like he has to have what they have. Okay? Many men don't have what women have. There are a lot of women out here that are entrepreneurs and need a man, a good man, but they will overlook him because he does not have what they have, and they're not willing to work with him to bring him up to the table. Now look, if this man does not have what a woman has, and this woman really needs a good man, and that man has a good heart, he's willing to work together with her, she should do a prenup, just like I was saying earlier with the man. She should do a prenup and help him build up on his own 2 feet, and then they move along from there. But don't just turn down people. I'm not saying turn down people if they don't have what you have. What I'm saying, their hearts have to be right in it in order for you to help them get ahead so that you can grow together from the point of marriage. I mean, you don't have to. I remember my grandfather says, if somebody's already really down, you don't kick them down further. Don't kick them down further. But you do have to let them pull up by their own bootstraps. You see what I'm saying? But many women lose out on good men because of the fact that the man does not have what they have. So now you're going to have him do the prenup, and it will be the same way. If he says, I don't want to do a prenup, why should I do a prenup? Well, then he can move along because he came with nothing and he can leave with nothing. But if you already have everything going on and he comes to the picture, you're willing to help him build up after you get married if you are in a position to do so, and he's a good man with a good heart that loves you. And the reason I'm saying that because I learned that from my mom years ago. She would say, baby, she says, someone lose out on a good man because many men have downfalls from either they've been married before and they had kids and they had to go to court for divorce and the judge gave the woman everything. So what happens is that he may have 3 or 4 kids that he has to pay child support on, and so he has to start from scratch, and he may not have the things that the woman have because of that reason. He's gotten kicked down from a divorce, whether it was his fault or the woman's fault. And no 2 people are alike in a marriage, so just because him and that wife fell out does not mean that you and him may fall out. He could have been a good guy, and it could have just not worked with him and her. Or he could have been a bad guy and it could have been just him and her personality conflict. I mean, some people are just different and they don't know it and they get married and then they find out later. So now that was my topic on that. So prenups are important. They are important for those people that come into a situation and don't have anything to offer or don't have what the other person has. Yes, they are very important unless the person has worked with them years and years to build to the level where they qualify to not have a prenup, then to me that would be an insult for a man to ask a woman. I'm just going to be straight out. This is the Real News Talk Show. I'm not trying to be on either side. I'm just trying to tell the facts and tell it how it is, tell it how it should be, and tell it how most men think and most women think when it comes to a prenup or something that they work hard for. A lot of times prenups are not even presented with people with money. They're not presented to the person that doesn't have anything because the man has fallen for a younger woman and he's afraid that he's going to lose her because she's beautiful and young and he's older and established. So guess what? He wouldn't even ask her to do it unless his attorney forces him to. Some men go right into a marriage blindsided and not knowing that if you are a woman is 30 years, 25, 30 years younger than you, what do you think? And if you see a fool, bump his head, and that's what they're going to do. And I'm not mad at them because if you allow it, then that's on you because I know most men parents have taught them to beware of those particular situations as my mom taught my brothers. However, they had to get out there and learn the hard way. And when all that child support started hitting their butts, it was too late at that point. And that's 18 years, so a woman don't have to worry about anything. If she meets a rich man, he has to take care of his kids by law, and he should. By God, he should do that. So that's on him. If an older man meets a young woman and he don't use protection because he's afraid he's going to lose this young woman, that's what he gets. He has to pay for that because he should know better. And if they don't want to get someone established on their same level, then that's what they're going to get. Just like I'm going to bring up celebrity. And I'm not trying to talk about no celebrities or anything like that. But just like that Tracy Morgan situation, when Tracy Morgan first met that pretty young lady, I knew right then that wasn't going to last. And many other people knew that wasn't going to last. When these men go out here and meet these beautiful young women, those women, they just luck up. They strike gold and it's not going to last. It's not going to last. And I noticed that he had held out for a while, but after he had that accident, then he married that lady. And sometimes people get weak when they go through things because that happened in my family in a situation. And my sister's husband, he met someone who had known my sister. I'm just going to be honest with you. And when people find out you have a good man, he's got money, you never had to work, you had everything you wanted, Lexus, Benzes, this, that, and the other, and you talk about that to that person, or that person already know, they're going to sit back and wait. And they're going to latch on to that man, and that's what that woman did. But guess what? She did it just possibly for the money because it didn't last. So when you do things like that, it's not going to last if it's not equally yoked. Anytime a young man, sometimes an older man get with a young woman, I think what happens is that it makes them feel more like a man. But I tell men, why don't you pick on somebody your own age where you can just jail and move out? They're not trying to have no babies. They're already established. You're not going to have no worries. You're not going to have to be bothered. You're not going to have to go to court, and you're not going to worry about the young woman taking your money, giving it to an old man. You're going to be just happy. But that's not the case. It's all about the older men feeling more empowered just to be in a young woman's presence. But that young woman, her mind can't even reach where the older man's mind is. So what is that? I just never understood that. I could see somewhat older, but when you're talking about 25, 30 years older, those two minds are not going to click. And when do they get it? I don't know. And even if a young woman marry an older man, she knows exactly that time when it's time to let go. Even if a prenup was involved, she knows when it's time to let go because she still got to pay for the baby. And that's going to be 18 years. And if you're paying millions per month, then she's set. Then she can write a book about them and tell about all of their, like I've seen it, sexual organs and who got herpes and who don't. And, you know, just like the thing with Usher. He married that younger woman. First, he started out with this lady. I remember her. She used to come in my business, Tamika, in the Bay Area. And then he, got with so many women. And then herpes along the way with people you would least expect him with. And then now he's with some other lady having a baby. And I mean, and you see how people don't even care if you do have herpes. If the word is out, you have this, you have that, you're sick, you got AIDS. They don't give a damn. It's all about that dollar. It's all about the dollar. That's what it's about. When are people going to wake up? When? Like Tina Turner said, what's love got to do with it? When it comes to money, people don't love nobody. All they love is that green. Very rarely you're going to find someone that really loves you and sticks with you. And there are a few celebrity men that I admire from the bottom of my heart. Denzel Washington and his wife, Samuel L. Jackson and his wife, Bill Cosby and his wife, just to name a few African American men that stuck with their black wives. That's what you call sticking together. And they grew together. They have their money together. Everything is like together. It's not like one person got this and one person don't have that. Nobody's trying to get anything from anybody. Everybody's just happy because everybody has made it together. But whenever you get unequally yoked, and these prenuptial agreements are very, very important because if you have died and came back alive for your business, I don't think you should just turn it over to anybody else unless they have worked into it 20 years or more and built with you. Then that's different. But otherwise, you meet some person, even if you're with them 6 years or so, if they haven't did any work, if they just kick back like this here and just rolled off of you the whole time, you just did everything and they just kick back with their arms folded. No, hell no. I'm sorry. I'm just going to, you got to work and earn in order to even appreciate it. And like I said, if anybody get mad at anybody, whether it's woman, man, dog, me, you, or whoever, and you have more than them assets, and you ask for a prenup because of your 30, 40 years of hard work, and they get upset about it, that tells you right there, I wouldn't even marry him. I wouldn't. Because when it all boils down, it's not going to last anyway, and then your money is out the door. You see it. Who is this wife just asked for? I think that was Tracy Morgan's $12.5 million, even with a prenup. You see what I'm saying? Even with a prenup, because of the time that she stuck with him, I think it was like 5 years. And then, plus it's going to be more than that because the money's every month for a child. And there was someone else, a music producer, who was that? And I forgot his name. But anyway, I don't know if it's Dr. Dre or somebody. I don't know who it was. But anyway, they want so many millions per month. You see what I'm saying? So whether they had it, now the women that was married to them for years, they deserve something. And I feel that they should deserve more if they worked into the marriage and put into. But if you're just sitting back, relaxed, a few millions is fine. And especially if you're going to be getting a child support every month. So But I'm not mad at the women. I say if the men don't know by now, you know that song? If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. So, if they don't know, go ahead and don't do the prenup, and you'll know. You'll soon know. Trust me. So, and even with the prenup, like I said, any man that meets a young woman, I will put her to work immediately and let her work into the relationship, help her build a business, help her build her self-esteem. And that way, if you want a young woman, because otherwise you're going to be up a creek without a paddle, and your money is going to be going to some young man. Like me or not, if this is the Real News Talk Show. I'm just telling it like it is. And like I say, I'm not mad at these young women, because if these men haven't woken up yet, like my mother told my brothers, and they had to learn the hard way, if they don't wake up to know, then, and they let the sex talk for them and take over the mind, because young girls, I was young, and I know that an older man would be happy to be in my presence, and he would do anything I said. And they know it. They know it. So a man has to be strong enough to know better also. And also, young women are taught, don't you be with no old man unless he's going to do something for you. So this is why I'm saying the younger girls, they get everything, like rings, cars, everything. And if they don't, when they're dating a rich man, they're crazy. Because anytime you're young and you're making an older man look good, where his chest can stick out, and you don't get anything, but yet you're going to get mad when he asks you to do a prenup. Well, you should have got something along the way. So when he says no with the prenup, it wouldn't matter. You already said. Don't wait. And one thing people should not do is wait for someone else to die. Wait on somebody else's hard work, blood, sweat, and tears for your benefit. It's not going to happen. Anything can happen along the way. God can come in and wipe. Look how he did with COVID. Just shut it down, Hollywood. I'm an actress. I can't even cast for nothing. Don't even want to go to Hollywood. And then I can cast online from home. So if anybody sees me and they want my voice, they can have it. But I'm not trying to go there, because right now COVID-19 is on the scene. And anything can stop, where people in their minds think, oh yeah, I'm going to get with him because he got a lot of money. And or one day if something happened to him because I'm younger and he may die before me. And do you know, this is real. And I know someone that did that. But guess what? She died before the man. The man was still sitting around asking where was she? She was gone. And she even told me, I'm marrying this old man and I'm going to move in his mansion and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And she did it. But guess what? She didn't outlive him. And she didn't get to enjoy it by herself. That old man hung in there. That old man was still around asking where was she, and she was dead and gone at a young age. At a young age. Another thing I want men to know and young people to know. Don't you know that age is nothing but a number? My grandmother was 97 years old and she taught me that. That stuck with me. And she says, baby, age is nothing but a number. I've seen the young die. I'm 97. I done seen so many young people die. Fall off, run in the streets, get hit by a car. Anything could happen. Get sick, whatever. So don't think because someone's older that you're going to outlive them. Don't think that someone's older and you're going to trick them. You're going to con them. Because old people, they still have sharp minds, And sometimes when they get older, their minds get sharper to where you think you tricking them, they tricking you. Because you're adding you to them by just being in their presence. So don't think these young ones out here thinking they playing these old men. A lot of times they getting played. Just like that woman did. She thought that she was playing that old man, but guess what? In the end, she was gone. She was gone and he was here. You see what I'm saying? So prenups, yes, especially if the other party don't have anything. Like my mother used to say, don't have a window to pitch in and a pot to pitch it out, a window to look out of and a pot to pitch out of it, or some kind of way she said. So if you come with nothing, you remember that song, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Nothing from nothing means nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. So come with something, and if you don't come with nothing, come with a mind to create something so that the person that you get that have money will possibly not say, we have to do a prenup, because you've already shown them and you've already been making money with them before you get married. That's the bottom line. Nobody's going to let nobody ride off of them, and they've done all that hard work, unless they're fools. And I've seen many fools that do that. But a smart man, he already knows young people want money. And I don't blame them. I'm not saying I blame you young people. I'm not. Because if you see a fool bump his head, you're supposed to. You're not supposed to be with an old man and he's not doing anything for you. However, don't just sit back and ride on him and think that when it's time to get married, you're not going to sign no prenup. Be already prepared. Show the man you can work and do things also to help bring money to the table. Because I'm going to talk about this incident before I close. And it was a real horrific incident to me, and it happened in my business. And I was in California in the Bay Area, and this young lady, because I did a lot of weddings, celebrity weddings, and she was going to get married. At this particular time, she was just going to marry a pilot. It wasn't a celebrity, he was a pilot. But to me, that was a celebrity pilot, because people need pilots. And I mean, she was really tall and beautiful and, like a model. Oh my God, this lady was gorgeous. So she came in my business and she was prepared for her wedding. And so I picked out all her jewelry. And matter of fact, I booked off an entire day. And, I just took all the people off the books for her, for that day, for her wedding. So she was coming in and she was buying this and buying that. Oh, I want this, that. And I was like, wow, she's really spending a lot of money. And I noticed she had her fiance's checkbook. So she was spending the money from her fiance's checkbook. Because, when I went to ring her up, it was his name, but I knew that was her fiance because I knew his mother. So I was able to go ahead and, take the check because of the wedding. So his mother, she had flown all of her people in from Carolina or somewhere, all her people in, for the wedding, her mother, her father, her cousins, her this, off of that checkbook. So the day before the wedding, her fiance's mother came in. And I said, hey, is the wedding going to still be tomorrow? I said, we got everything ready. I said, what time are you going to come? I said, because I didn't see your name on the books. There will be no wedding. That's what the pilot's mother said. There will be no wedding. I said, there will be no wedding. I said, well, we blocked off a whole day. I'm missing thousands, We blocked off a whole day just for the wedding. Oh, no, there will be no wedding. Oh, no, my son's not marrying that gold digger. Wow. That was devastating. This woman had a big ring. She had bought everything, had flown in her parents. The wedding was about to happen. But because she took advantage before she married him and had that man's checkbook and blew every dime, spent all of his money out of that checkbook, she had no discretion about anything. He probably gave it to her just to see if she would, in fact, be a little more trendy, like budget a little bit. Because sometimes, even if you are marrying somebody that makes a lot of money, you still have to show them that you do care about their money. Don't just go overboard. I mean, my God, she had went overboard, and I felt so sorry for her. And also, I felt sorry for me and the people that worked in my business because we had blocked off a day. So when she said that, we started trying to call people. So of course, we got some people, and some people we did not get. But so this is what I'm saying: how a lot of women mess up. They mess up, and see that guy had not done a prenup either, but he got lucky because she showed him before he married her that she was not good with money, and she was in it for the money, the cash. Anytime men start seeing that you're in it just for the cash, the red flags come up on some of them, and on some, the sex blinds them. They see nothing. They see nothing at all. They don't even see a prenup. They don't see anything but a young woman on their arms making them look good just for the moment. It's not going to last. Like I said, when I saw that woman, Tracy Morgan marrying, I felt so sorry for him because I said, he just don't know what he's doing. And he really married her after that accident. So he was really, sometimes another thing, people will come after you when you're down too. Like when you, like I said, my sister's husband, when he was going through it and lost my sister, when people are sick and down, they need somebody by their side. Uh, because at that time, that person will say, I'm here for you. We need to go ahead and get married because I'm the only one going to be here. You know you need me. And or they're threatening them, the young people. Well, I'm not going to be around. I'm too young to be hanging around an old man and he's sick too. So we need to go ahead and get married or do something. And just because that man don't want to lose that young woman, he'll go ahead and do it and suffer later. We see it every day. This is the real news talk show. Like I said, some men gonna like me and some gonna hate me, but I'm just telling it like it is. I'm telling it like it is. And just like I said on the other truth is that, yes, a prenup is necessary. So don't let the sex override the truth. If somebody comes to the table with something, then really you don't really have to do a prenup. Because if you both have something, you really don't have to. But if you've worked years and years, blood, sweat, and tears, prenup, unless they have worked into it enough to reap. You see? And that's just the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. And because you may have kids, they may have kids prior to getting together, or even if they don't. I mean, even if you want to leave your money to the dog pound, like oftentimes people do because they don't have people that respect them enough or earn or deserve anything from you. We have people like that. I've heard of people like that. Oh, I'm going to leave my money to a foundation. Oh, I'm going to leave my money to the dog pound. Nobody really deserved it. Nobody cared. Nobody was right. Nobody, you know. So, yes, that's my take on prenups. Also, my take on men marrying younger women. And also, I'm not just going to harp on the younger women because you have a lot of older women that are coons too. You know what I'm saying? Old coons, I call it. So I'm just talking a real news talk show. So anybody that fit in the category that nothing from nothing leaves nothing, then if they came with nothing, unless they earned into it, they leave with nothing. Unless you want to give them something. And oftentimes when people have money, whether it's a woman or a man, whoever was around them got enough anyway when they was around them because of the fact just riding off of the celebrityism, riding off of eating out, dining, whining, riding off the car that the person bought them, the Mercedes, the Benz, the Hermes Birkin, the this, the that. They've already reaped millions. You see what I'm saying? So I remember when Aretha Franklin passed and she had a partner, I think it was, 25, 30 years? And everybody was saying, oh, she didn't even leave him in the will. She probably gave that man so much money while he was living until she felt like I don't have to leave him in the will. With all the money that I've given him, he should have enough in his account to live for the rest of his life. And if he don't, then that would have been just too bad for him because he didn't think that way. He didn't think of it like that. And that's why you have to look out for yourself, because first, self-preservation is the first nature of law. And this is why people look out for themselves that have acquired anything in life that they worked hard for. That's not right for anybody to come into your world. Just put yourself in the shoes of people that's mad at me and just think about it. If you work your ass off 25, 30, 40 years and you meet somebody that has zero and then they want, and they ask, you meet someone that has zero and they don't want to sign a prenup, what would that tell you? The same thing I'm telling you. It's all about what they can get. I'm going to end my show with that. And like I said, some people are going to like it, some are not. I'm just talking the Real News Talk Show. This is my opinion. Yours may be different, and I won't be mad at you. Thank you for tuning in. Please click like, share, and subscribe. Bye.